All right, we are live. AJ, can you hear me?
I got you, man. How you doing, brother?
All is well, man. It's been a very solid Tuesday. How about yourself?
Solid Tuesday. Lots of conversations with sellers. Lots of movement in the market. So I'm really excited to talk about your assumptions of the week. So you ready to get rolling?
Let's get into it.
All right, cool. So guys, we come to you every week because Trevor is the foremost expert in assumptions. So Trevor, I ask you this question every week, right? And we're going to continue to ask this question. How much in savings do you think that you and the team have is the correct name gifted or guided our clients into when it comes to helping people purchase a home or sell a home under an assumption?
I would say a mix of both. But if I had to choose one, I would say guided, just through education, guided a little over $2 million in savings, talking real cash savings over the course of these loans.
That's awesome. That is awesome. All right, cool. Now, real quick, in 30 seconds or less, what is an assumption?
An assumption is a opportunity for someone looking to buy a home to take over the interest rate of the current person owning that home. So if you think 4 or 5 years ago, interest rates for mortgages were in the 2%, 3%. Now today, that is still on a lot of people's minds. You can still take the opportunity using a VA loan, FHA, or USDA, and assume a low interest rate of a current homeowner.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Now tell me this. How difficult is it to find these assumption opportunities?
It's challenging. It's a dance, right? You got to make sure you know the existing mortgage product on the house, right? That requires a little research. You got to vet to understand how much is required to take an opportunity, to move on that opportunity. And then, you've got to just constantly be in contact with the listing agent and the real estate professional so that it makes sense for their seller as well.
I got you. All right, cool. So let's go through what you got, man.
Cool. All right, so we'll go through a few. These are in different cities and counties throughout the DMV. We're going to start right here at the top. So what you guys are looking at right now is actually a listing in Embry Mills. The address right there at the top, and beautiful home built in 2018, 3,800 square foot. It is an immaculate home in terms of just the upkeep, right? 4 beds, 3 baths. And one thing I love about this home, in addition to it having a 2.75% interest rate, it's also paid off solar panels, right? Which small nugget here, the current homeowner's monthly electric bill has been around $9 per month. I repeat that, $9 per month. So not only do you get an amazing rate with this property, but paid off solar panels. Listed at $720, and the seller owes $565 on it. So that gap of $160,000 to $170,000 is what a buyer should be prepared to save them over $350,000 over the course of the loan.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And how much, just guesstimating, and this is just a range, how much would you guess that a person would save as far as a monthly payment on a house like this versus the market rate?
Monthly payment that you're saving on this is around between $1,300 to $1,500 per month.
Wow. So guys, so the same person that's buying this property is going to be paying about $1,500 more per month if they use a traditional mortgage versus investigating whether you can assume this mortgage, right? So I'm gonna let that sink in, right? All right, cool. What's next? I'll let you get in there, get that in there first. Monthly payment savings.
Yeah. Right, and I'm just gonna throw that in there. We'll make sure to add these in going forward. So currently, right, guys, assuming this mortgage, you would take over, if you took it over as is, what they owe on that house at that 2.75, you're paying right around $3,100 per month, which is, if you buy a house today at market rates, $3,100 a month payment gets you around $400,000 in purchasing power. So just think about, that versus what you would be paying if you came in at normal rates today.
That's awesome. I see you got a property in Leesburg, so good old Loudoun. And so you mean to tell me there are assumption opportunities in Loudoun County too?
They're everywhere. They're everywhere. If you got the trained eye for them, but we do have them. We have a deep, research list that we're doing in the DMV. So Loudoun County is included.
Cool. Hey, you know what I want you to do? I think we got a client for this one. I want you to send this over to Alex and have him send it to his client that's looking over in Leesburg. But can you tell us a little bit about this property?
Absolutely. So luxury townhome, right at the village of Leesburg. For anybody that's familiar, 2019 build. So another one of those great opportunities to take over something that just is not too old, right? It has has solid bones and is a great opportunity for someone to move in into that Loudoun County area. 2,100 square feet, 3 beds, 3 baths. Looks amazing on the inside. I'll click through some pictures so you guys can just see exactly what this property looks like. Make sure
That's
everybody.
That's a newer townhome.
Yep, sure enough, it is. Let's zoom out a little bit.
That's nice.
Real good looking place right here.
Wow. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
So the rate on this one is a 3.25, right? They have it listed at 740, right? And everything is negotiable in real estate. They owe 515 on it. And think about this property is an FHA loan on it, meaning anybody can assume this loan if they qualify for it, right? You don't have to be a veteran to take over this loan. So FHAs are very attractive for these opportunities.
Right. So tell me this. Who is the perfect candidate? Because I see the difference between the 740 and the 550, and someone is coming in saying, well, I don't have that much, right? I don't have that cash on hand. What are some ways that you're seeing buyers be able to step into this? So I assume the first way is if they sell a piece of real estate that they have equity in is probably the first way, correct?
Correct. Someone selling their home, to take some equity off the table and moving it into something like this. It's a great candidate.
Right. What about someone downsizing? Someone's like, hey, I got a big home. I want to stay in Loudoun County, but, and I've got equity in this big house, but I still got a cheap interest rate. Would they be a good candidate for something like this too?
They're a perfect candidate. It checks multiple boxes, right? It allows them to move into a home that fits their needs in this stage of life. It allows them to still capture a low interest rate. It allows them to move their equity from one place to another without having to feel like, hey, I'm getting less of a deal than I already have. You're still getting an amazing deal, with all those cards at hand.
Yeah, and then other two things, and I just want to run it past you because you do this more than most agents, right? Shoot, more than most agents combined. If someone didn't have the cash, could they go get a loan for the difference between what is owed and what the list price is?
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody listen, don't overthink, right? We'll figure it out. But in terms of the cash difference, a couple ways you should think about it. Number one is you can get a loan to cover that gap, right? There are credit unions that we have relationships with that will help you cover that. This is another opportunity for all of my people with 401ks, TSPs, retirement accounts, IRAs, where this is another way you can just pull cash from some of those in the form of a loan or liquidation to close that gap, right? So those are a couple ways, popular ways that people are exercising, getting into these deals.
That's good. That's good. So if somebody wanted to talk a little bit about those lending options, would they call you directly?
Yeah, give me a call directly. We'll talk through them, figure out what makes the most sense for your money. Absolutely.
Awesome. And is that nationwide? Are those nationwide lenders?
Nationwide, yep, all 50 states.
Right. So if there are other agents out there that are watching this and they want to find a lender that can help their clients get into assumables, they probably should call you as well, huh?
They should. Give me a call, talk through it, we can make it happen.
There you go, man. He's a giver, guys. He's a giver. What else you got? You got anything else?
Let's check. Yeah, we got one more, and see how we're doing on time. Got an honorable mention as well. So, single family home, Manassas, Virginia. Real beautiful home, 3,800 square feet, sitting on an acre, right in the Colgan School District, not too far where I grew up from, and right down 234. So this property, we'll click through some pictures here shortly. Listed at 875. 0503. It's a VA loan on it. So for my veterans, someone maybe PCS in the Quantico, maybe preparing for, just the upcoming move and want to stay in this Prince William County or the Cogan School District. It's a 3.25% rate on this one as well. That is fixed, everybody. So this is, I know it sounds almost too good to be true, but this is the rate fixed for this loan. So let's look at some pictures here.
Hmm. An acre. And guys, this is actually up the street from where I live, so I know this neighborhood well. This would be the perfect move up buyer. So someone who owns a single family home in Dale City, someone who owns a townhouse in Lake Ridge that has a lot of equity, someone who owns a townhome in Dumfries or something like that. This is a perfect move up property, right? Especially someone who has a VA eligibility. Like y'all should be all over this. That's nice, man. And there's a value of getting into, especially if you got kids that are in elementary, middle, or high school in Prince William County. No brainer. No brainer. Okay, cool. Okay, so you said you had an honorable mention. What's up with that?
Honorable mention, townhome down in Charles County. And the reason I like this one is two big reasons. Number one, it's listed at 315. It's going to be coming soon to the market. So if you are or someone you know looking to move to Charles County, or maybe you're based there already, this is a small gap on this one, which means the difference between that list price and the amount the current owner owes is only $50,000. And again, that money can be sourced from multiple places. Interest rate is low 3%, still confirming that with the team, but just based on the year that it was purchased, etc. Very favorable rate. And it is a FHA loan, like the one a couple on our above list. So anybody can assume this mortgage. Veterans, non-veterans, gives you that opportunity. So if this sounds like a good fit for someone out there looking at Charles County, reach out to me directly and certainly can provide even more information on this opportunity. But Charles County is growing. It's growing. This is perfect for someone that either first-time home buyer potentially, someone downsizing. It fits a couple avatars.
It does check a lot of boxes here. No, that's awesome. All right, cool. Trevor, thank you. I appreciate you taking the time to go through this list. How do people get in contact with you if they are even interested in thinking about like assumptions?
Absolutely. You can email me directly, trevor@ajteamrealty.com. Reach out to me, right? If you're seeing us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, wherever you're watching us at, shoot me a DM if that's easier. I'm available, and we can walk through any of these particular properties that we show you today, or if there's a specific city, county, zip code that you're looking at, just give me a DM or call, and we can figure it out.
That's cool. And do you have an exclusive list? Like, I know how tough these are to source, but do you have an exclusive list of other properties that aren't on this list?
I do. Yeah, I have an exclusive list, a list that gets updated weekly across the DC metro area, and I'm constantly sourcing and finding the best deals and sending them directly to people who have shared and expressed interest in them. So yes, I do.
Awesome, Trevor. Thanks for going through the work and specializing in this in a way that's helpful to our database, man. I'm super appreciative.
Absolutely.
All right, man.
I'll take care. See you next week.
Peace, guys.
Peace.